Well, Liz, here we are again.
Back again in Downtown Summit.
And Downtown Summit for another bigger and better car show.
Cars and croissants.
And croissants, that's right. What year is this for us?
Oh my gosh. I don't know, maybe 9?
9, maybe 10?
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
But you know what? Every year it gets bigger and better.
Bigger and better.
And you know, the variety of cars that we have this year is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. There's everything here.
Everything?
Everything.
Yes.
Hey, why don't we get started?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go.
Well, my beauty is a 2007 Ferrari 430 Baronetta. She is a concourse car, meaning that she participates in shows around the country. And she's a national winner in 2018 in New York.
Wow.
Came in first in class.
Where's her tiara?
I just love being with my car. I love showing her. I love talking about her.
Do you drive her every day?
I do not drive her only every day. She sits in a beautiful, heated garage until the showtime. And then she
Sounds like a diva.
She is definitely a diva. She is definitely a diva.
By the way, does she have a name?
Her name is Clarette, and that's for wine.
Beautiful.
So that's the name of my car. Clarette.
Wonderful.
So this is the 2015 Ferrari FF. I just got it around a year ago. There's two things good about this car. That's why I bought it. One is because of this is all-wheel drive,
Right.
so I can
go
drive
anywhere with it.
Exactly. So I can drive it in the snow. And then the second one is because it's a four-seater, so I can put my kids on it.
Your
so,
two little people in
yes,
there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you were telling me about the horsepower on this car. How much?
This car has 651 horsepower with around 500 feet of torque. So
And it's automatic, right?
it's automatic, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
This is unusual for a Ferrari. We normally see the convertibles and the other
Yep.
two-seaters.
Yep.
But this is a very, very fine automobile.
It's
And,
my first year here,
It's
so
your first year.
probably I'll be back next year.
Well, we've been here for almost 10 years. Come back in a year.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Bob.
Thanks, Lucas.
This is a 68 Mustang that we rebuilt from scratch.
What year did you buy her?
Around 2000, I believe.
Okay.
So, just a number of years to get her done.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
So what's the favorite thing you do? What's the favorite thing about the car?
I like the way it sounds,
Okay.
and it rides really nice, and I like going around with it
Love it. Do you drive it all the time or just?
as much as I can, as long as it's not raining
Okay.
or bad weather.
Right.
But for the most part, as much as I can.
It is absolutely gorgeous. I think you're going to have to pop the hood for us too.
Let me show you.
Wow, that's a beauty.
Yes, that's a 428 that we redid, and it came out really good.
It certainly did. You want to start her off for us?
Yeah, sure, we can try it.
All right.
This is a 1968 Auto Bianchina Cabriolet. Very long name for a very short car. It was a car that was made in Italy. It was sort of like a luxury Fiat is the way to think about it. It has a Fiat 500 engine in it, so it's 499 cc's, a two-cylinder engine.
Two-cylinder
engine in the back. It's air-cooled engine's in the back.
Okay.
And I got this car recently, I think last August or September. I found it. I was actually searching the world for one.
Okay.
My wife and I decided we wanted one. I found this one in a dealership outside of Naples, Italy.
Is that right?
It was totally restored. A lady owned it, and she had it restored under the guidance of the Auto Bianchi Club president in Italy.
Wow.
So it's a very, very nice car, actually.
You have an original car.
Yeah.
How many would you say were made?
I don't know the total number of this car. They made this car, I think it was from 59 to 68.
Okay.
But not that many. There was the Cabriolet version, which this is.
This is, yeah.
Then there was one called the Transformable, which is like a rollback top to it.
Right.
And then there was a sedan.
All right.
So they made different versions of the car.
Well, it sure is cute.
Thank you.
And you drive it often?
Not that often. It's one to drive on the back roads and
Yeah,
and
fair
one to have
weather
a fun.
car.
Yeah, definitely a fair weather car.
Okay. Well, enjoy it. Thanks for bringing it to us today.
Thank you. Good to be
Okay,
here.
Take care.
Good morning, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's nice
First
to
of
see
all,
you.
great seeing you. And first of all, thank you for all you do as a part of the Summit Police Department. You're amazing.
Thank you. 23 years in this town as a police officer, born and raised, been here 47 years. So this is home. This is my home right here. Happy to be here.
And we're so happy you're protecting us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
More than happy.
And tell me about this beauty. Like, this is a car that you probably go a little bit over the speed limit with, but whatever.
Once in a while at the racetrack when it's legal. But the car's a 2016 Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Stock from the factory, the car makes 707 horsepower, but this has been modified, so it's making about 825 horsepower. That's what we saw in the front seat. There's race fuel because it makes that much power. In the Hellcat, you have two keys. There's a black key, which is for the 500 horsepower mode. So if you want to drive it conservatively, use the black key fob. When you want to go fast, use the red key fob, and that gives you all 707 horsepower, but in this case, 825
Wait a
or so
second.
horsepower.
So the key fob.
The computer
will do-
knows the difference. So if I give you the black key fob, you can only go 500 horsepower. So if I say, here, want to take it for a ride? You can only go 500 horsepower. But if you get the red key, that unlocks every bit of it, and you can go 700 horsepower or more.
Okay, that's insane.
Technology.
But technology is amazing.
I know, and that's a 2016. The newer ones, you have even more than that. So you
Do you have like 3 key fobs without?
No, the new ones are like 840 horsepower. That's too much. This is more than enough.
Oh my
But,
gosh.
no, this has been my pride and joy. So
It
yeah,
is
it's
gorgeous.
fun.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
you, Liz. Nice
sharing
to
your
see you.
beauty.
Oh, thank you
By the
so
way,
much.
does have a name?
Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Scarlet, yes.
Beautiful.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Love it. Enjoy.
Enjoy the show. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, now I'm here with Clara. And Clara, tell us a little bit about this vehicle.
It's a 2012 Triumph. Honestly, she rides like a beauty. We bought it just the bike, and then we attached the sidecar after.
Okay.
It was kind of like a gift to my dad. It was, It's the best bike.
Who gets to sit in the sidecar?
Sometimes me, sometimes my little brother.
Okay.
When my dad rides it, he's the big bike enthusiast. I'm just the face.
Oh, okay. And that's a picnic basket in the back.
It is. It's great. My dad takes it for the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride.
Aha.
And he goes and you get all dressed up and you go and it's British bikes, old bikes.
It's a great looking vehicle.
Yeah, she's
Thanks
a
for
beauty.
sharing it
Yeah,
with
no
us.
problem.
This is a 1991 Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3. This is actually an import from Europe. The last place it lived in was in France. Actually, ironically enough, it was about 15 minutes away from where my in-laws live in France. So
Really?
it's the irony of the car being that close and then finding it. And then, I imported it earlier this year. And actually, I got it delivered to me yesterday, so it's been fun getting it out. Driving
What a
around.
nice Father's Day present.
I guess you could say that.
I mean, granted, you bought it, but
Yes.
it delivered
Still
just
a
in
pleasure to
time.
drive it on Father's Day. So
Tell me about the color. So unusual.
this is metallic violet, and I understand it's a very rare color. There's apparently only 3 cars in the world with this color combination. The interior, the leather is also violet, purple, and of course the exterior color. I every time I look at this car, I always think about the courage it took for somebody to spec this in 1991. I want a white leather interior
Right.
with a purple leather and a bright purple exterior. So it's,
But you
it's
know
pretty
what?
wild.
Fashion forward. It's beautiful.
Exactly, yes.
Absolutely
Yep.
stunning.
Yep.
And you know what? People will remember you when you drive by.
We have the new SUV from Aston Martin, 542 horsepower, 516 pounds-foot of torque. 0 to 60, 3.4 seconds. It's got a 9-speed automatic transmission, and it's got 5 drive modes. So you can run this thing off-road in Sport Plus, or you can run it on-road at Sport Plus.
It just came out?
It came out last year, 2021. This is the model year.
This is one beautiful car, and we thank you for bringing it today.
We're happy to be here. We're family members of Summit.
Sure are.
We've been in selling Astons in this town since 2014.
Excellent.
Yep.
Outstanding. Thanks, Roger.
Thank you.
You take care.
Nice meeting you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
So tell me about this absolutely gorgeous car.
It's a 2008 Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano. It's a front-engine V12 with a paddle shift, and it's fast.
How fast do you take it?
Speed limit only. That's right.
Of course.
No, I mean,
No, none of the cops are watching.
no, the cops are. They're all here today.
They
but-
are.
No, I mean, these things are hideously fast and dangerous. So you really have to be respectful of what you have. So.
Do you know what's funny? When I walked up, I was like, you know what? It looks like a sedan. Like it's not
Oh,
like a
yes, yeah.
sporty, but you can tell
Well,
it just has a beautiful line.
Well, this is a GT, so it's a grand touring car. So it's meant to be able to take on long trips.
Okay.
There's a shelf for luggage, and then there's actually a trunk of reasonable size.
Wow.
So it's an oddity. I mean,
It is.
Some of these other Ferraris, have little itty bitty things in the front here,
Right.
and the engine's in the rear. So
Right. That's what struck me. And when I got inside, I'm like, wow, this is so comfortable.
Yeah.
And, the seats just hug you.
Yeah, dude.
That's why hopefully you'll come back next year and
I've
I'll
been
get
here
it.
every year. Yes, we'll come back. We'll do it again.
We'll do it again. Well, happy Father's
Thank
Day.
you. Thank you
and
much.
thank you for,
My
again, the
pleasure.
thrill of cars and
I'm glad.
croissants.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
This is a 2018 Lotus EVO 400. It's a mid-engine car, supercharged,
Right.
about 400 horsepower. So I think for anyone looking for something that looks exotic and is
Right.
reasonably quick, gives good mileage actually with a Toyota engine.
Does it really?
And it's reliable. So maintenance costs are not crazy.
Yeah.
So which is great.
When you buy something in this price range, not too many people are concerned about gas mileage. But since you mentioned it, what type of mileage do you get?
I'm getting in the mid-20s.
Are you really?
Yeah. I mean, of course, if you're not really pushing.
Well, yes. Yeah.
But
Fantastic. Well, really appreciate you bringing it to us today. And thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
It's a 1953 GMC Five Window pickup, fully restored. It's got everything original except obviously the paint.
Okay.
But it's great, fun driving.
Wait, did you
truck.
restore it or you bought it restored?
I bought it restored. It came from a collection in California. A gentleman had over 150 cars and started selling them off, so I was lucky to pick this one up.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you looking for a pickup truck or is it something that...
Something I always wanted when I was a kid, and
Right.
I just saw the colors on this, and I like silver and black, as the other cars we have.
Right.
I fell in love with it.
How many cars in your collection?
Just three now. Yep.
Okay, because we interviewed you with
We had a 66 Corvette
That's right. Okay.
and the 77 Mercedes,
Gotcha.
and we got the 53 now.
Now this is
and,
absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
So it's a 2007 Lexus GX470. So I built it for off-roading and camping. It has a rooftop tent on it, shower awning, some lights by Baja Designs. There's a bunch of stuff, lift kit, rock sliders, everything.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
So how long did it take you to do everything?
Not that long. Kind of sped the process of building it because
Okay.
I wanted to go out and enjoy it.
Love it.
Yeah.
And even the tires.
Yeah, these are 33-inch tires on some TE37s. I got the road terrain, so these are good for off-roading and all-round driving.
That's so cool. And you can do that with any car, I guess. Any SUV or just...
Some SUVs have the capability of doing off-roading. This was one of those cars that has that capability, and I wanted to get one of these just for that reason.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
enjoy
amazing.
it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
It is the first year of the mid-engine Corvette. Came out in 2020. This is the Z51 model.
Right.
This is the Targa top. They do have a convertible that came out a few months later, and it's a great buy. Compared to say an Italian exotic, it's a quarter the price of a European exotic.
Now, you were telling me when you purchased this, you put down money.
In the future, they're going to come out with the Z06 model.
Right.
And I left a deposit in October of 20. I gave them a $2,000 deposit. And now they should start building that. Right around now, they're going to start building them. They haven't been released yet. Even the
Right.
pricing hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
They say at any time now they're supposed to release the pricing and probably start building them in July.
Well, you're going to have a lot of takers for this car.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It might have fell off a little bit from when it first came out. Yeah. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, they were getting $30,000 more than we were paying for them.
Right.
It's now down to about $10,000 more. My theory is, as soon as the first Z06 hits the street, he'll probably start getting down the list, which I'm okay with.
Right.
Because when I left my deposit at McMulkin up in New Hampshire, I told the salesman, if I get 10 less than I paid, I'll be ecstatic.
Fine.
So I'm probably right where.
Christian, what do you think? You going to grab this?
Yeah.
He knows a lot about the car himself.
I'm sure he does. He started telling us about it. So, well, this is very, very, very nice. Thank you for sharing it with us, and happy Father's Day.
Tell you what, well, have we started up for you guys?
Yeah, good idea.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
That's a stock exhaust.
That's beautiful.
The Z51 is a little bit louder.
Well, this is a 1961 Mercedes-Benz 190 SL, and it was made from 1955 to 1962. And about 25,000 of these vehicles were made, and it's assumed that about half of them are still in existence internationally.
Wow, so when did you buy her?
I bought this car in the fall of 1974 when I was 18 years old.
18?
Yes.
You bought a Mercedes?
I did.
That's impressive.
The original owner bought it in Wilmington, Delaware in 1961. And it was a neighbor of ours who I worked in high school as a landscaper, cutting his grass, raking leaves. Yeah. And his name was Mr. Smith. And I told Mr. Smith, if you ever want to sell this car, I would love to buy it. And I was a freshman in college in the fall of 1974 when I got a call from my parents in October of 1974 saying that Mr. Smith was ready to sell the car. It had about 34,000 miles on it. It was worth about $5,000 at the time.
Right.
And he decided to sell it to me for $3,500.
Love it.
I had $900 to buy a car. I was going to buy a 1960 Volvo station wagon as a practical car.
Right.
And my parents, God bless them, didn't give me the balance. They gave me a loan for the balance. And so I came home from college for Thanksgiving in the fall of '74. The car was in our garage, and I walked around the car and opened up the trunk, and there was Mr. Smith's golf clubs, the hickory shafts, the steel blades, and just immaculate. And I called him up and I said, Mr. Smith, the car is beautiful. Thank you again for selling it to me at a discount. You forgot your golf clubs. I'll bring them over to you. And he said, Alex, I'm 82 years old. I sold you the car because my eyesight's going. I can't really drive a little sports car, and I can't play golf either, so I might as well give you the clubs as well. And I still have the golf clubs too.
Isn't that a wonderful memory?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And what a beautiful job you've done.
Well, I had it professionally restored in 1987 to 1988.
Okay.
So 38 years ago, it's still looking pretty good.
So do you keep it in a special garage? Like what?
It's a garage queen. It comes out on days like today.
Right.
And then I put it away December 1st and don't bring it back out until after all the silt has been washed off the roads.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely, like, seriously, the story is just heartwarming. And I took my breath away. So enjoy it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thanks again.
So yeah, this is the latest iteration of the mid-engine V8 that Ferrari makes. It's actually going to be the last in that lineage. So the first car to have that was the 308 GTB, and this has been in that lineage all the way up to now. And so actually the name of the car is the F8 Tributo, as a tribute to the F8 engine.
Cool.
Now they'll be going from an 8-cylinder to a 6-cylinder.
Really?
Yes. And that's called the 296, and that's a car that just launched that will come out next year.
Okay, well, let's see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the aerodynamics of this car.
This car actually has really great drag coefficient on it and a pretty elaborate rear diffuser and front S-duct to channel air. Actually, the rear diffuser does have active aero in it that has flaps that come out, which we really can't see because they're buried pretty far in, but it helps with creating drag and releasing drag depending upon speed.
That is really, really neat. Now, is this your first Ferrari?
No, it's not. I'm a Ferrari guy, so I've been buying Ferraris for 22 years, so and collecting, and And so no, it's not my first, and probably won't
And
be my
won't
last.
be your last.
No,
right?
it won't.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for sharing.
You're
it with
welcome.
us. Appreciate
You're welcome.
And this is a Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost, 1911.
1911?
1911. And I've driven this from Clearwater, Florida to Gander, Newfoundland, all in one trip.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh my goodness.
We've driven it all through all the national parks.
Yeah.
She's been
all over Europe
So when did you purchase it? How long have you owned it?
since 2000.
2000. Okay, that's beautiful. Did you restore it yourself, or did you
No,
buy
it,
it restored?
it was restored in 1984, and we've maintained it and done some additional work. The fenders and doors have been repainted 6 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Done some mechanical work.
It's beautiful.
Keep it running.
And she's also been to Australia twice.
Really?
Yeah,
So
she's been shipped to Australia.
Oh
Traveled Australia twice.
She's
She's been around more than we have.
Yeah, I mean, you should have little decals on where she's been.
Right, yeah,
By the
we
way,
should.
what's your name?
She doesn't have one.
No.
How is that possible?
But she's female, though.
She is female.
That's
I get it. I understand it. So we should, if we see you next year at the car show, I would
Expect a name.
I expect a name.
Well, when we talk of taking her out, we say, shall we take the 11 car?
The 11 car.
You know, because, there's a few cars, so.
Oh, yeah.
We know
Is this
what
your
that means.
favorite car?
Yes.
Yes,
Good.
definitely.
My favorite car, my favorite touring car.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
enjoy it every day and enjoy living.
Yes.
Thank
Oh,
you.
most important.
Great.
Thank you, and enjoy the car show.
Thank you. Happy
Lovely to
Father's
meet
Day.
you.
Oh,
Thank you
guys
very
are
much.
beautiful. Oh my gosh,
Thank
gorgeous.
I'm here with Ralph Morono and one of their extra special cars. Ralph, tell us a little bit about this.
It's a 1936 Packard Super 8 Phaeton, built on a long wheelbase. They made, I think, 3 of them. This was used as a parade car in FDR's second term.
Is that right?
So that's where they can trace it back to. And it's really never been fully restored, just been repainted and freshened up along the years. It was the owner of Domino's Pizza when he had his big collection.
Right.
He used to use this as his tour car. He put thousands of miles on this car, on classic car tours and everything. And then he sold it to a guy named Bill Stolman that lived in Jersey, and he had it for almost 30 years until he died, and then we got it. And
Okay.
then so the car's kind of been, every owner that had it just kept it because it runs so good, and the history and the beauty and the rareness of it.
It is a beautiful car.
Yeah,
It
and
really
it's-
is. You put it in shows quite often?
I do, yeah, but we drive it. Just drive it and enjoy it. We took it out this morning, drove it for an hour, and ended up here. We didn't even know this was going on. We just happened to drive through and said, we might as well pull up here and walk around.
That's what they were made for.
Yeah.
So, well, you have a bunch of cars. You have a good business with, you do a lot of restorations?
We've got 3 or 4 under restoration right now, and 3 or 4 waiting to be restored, and then a bunch of them that we're just caretakers for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Packard's our love, so that's
Yeah,
what we.
that it is. Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing.
You got it. Thank you.
Take care.
Nice seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Hi, Alex. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Tell me about this amazing car. We saw it in the beginning of the show.
Yes.
And we've been looking for the owner of the car ever
So
since.
this is a 1995 Land Rover Defender 90. It's one of 500. Came into the States in 95. It's called a NAS, North American Spec. And it's 5-speed manual transmission, V8, original condition, original body, original chassis, everything on it is original.
Wow. And when did you buy it?
It was bought by my father in 1995, so we've been the
Really?
original owner since then.
Oh my God.
Yep.
So when you have children, are you going to pass it down to your child?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, first of all, to drive a stick shift.
To drive a stick shift is rare now. Most of the
Exactly.
cars here are stick, but it's rare.
Oh
So
my
it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and the seats in the back go side to side. So I took this to prom.
No way.
Yep, had some other couples in the back too. So it's a big part of the family.
Oh, I love it. It's such a beautiful color as well.
Coniston green.
Coniston green.
It's called. So yeah, it's like a safari kind of color, and it's got the roof rack on top and camel trophy. That was in the 90s. They used to do Land Rover events where they wrap the cars in yellow. So it's kind of a historic tribute to camel trophy on this.
That is so cool. Well, thank you so much.
You're
I'm so
welcome.
glad we found you.
Awesome. Nice
and
to talk to
enjoy
you.
the rest of the day.
Thank you so much.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Drive well.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well,
Oh my goodness. This was unbelievable.
this was the best one.
I really think so.
Yeah.
So many different types of cars. Wonderful day. People are just amazing.
More people than ever, and a
Yeah.
great attitude.
Great attitudes. That's what we need.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful way to celebrate Father's Day.
It is.
And
Yeah.
really just being in this beautiful place in Summit, downtown New
Yeah.
Jersey.
Thank you for doing this with me.
Of course.
Lots
We're the
of fun.
team.
We're the team. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Have a
See
good
you
one,
next
guys.
year. Take care. You know, for all of you folks that watch this every year, there's a guy behind the camera that you never get to see, and his name is Brian Smith. Brian?
Hey, hi. Great show.
Oh
Great
my
seeing
God.
you guys again.
Oh, I know. The
It's my
team's
hair.
back. The team's back together. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy Father's
Take
Day to
care.
you guys.
Thanks.
Yep.
Bye.